NAPLAN. Should we take it seriously? Is it important? Today I'm going to be talking about NAPLAN. This is Jason Ursino and I'm driving to school. NAPLAN is something that the Australian government has given out pretty much just to collect data from schools to see generally how are Australian students doing. What does it mean as a parent? Sometimes we get hung up on this and we just need to be a little bit careful. From a teacher's point of view, we sometimes use NAPLAN just to see if there is growth. So it's a way of measuring how much a student has improved from year 3 all the way up to year 9. So if your son or daughter is in year 3, I wouldn't be too worried about it because year 3 is the base. Sometimes students at that age sort of progress at different stages, at different paces. So year 3 is something I wouldn't be too worried about. What I would be worried about as a parent is just to see if there is improvement from year 3 to year 5 to year 7 to year 9. So generally speaking, we want to see improvement over the different strands from year 3 to year 7 to year 9. If we find that there's a particular strand that needs attention, then we can do something about it. Get some support, talk to the teacher, maybe get some tutoring. I wouldn't do that too early though. In year 3, if you see that there's a particular strand that's quite low, I probably would just go as far as maybe talking to the teacher and just express your concerns and maybe do a little bit of work at home. But in year 3, you do want your son or daughter to enjoy learning, to enjoy going to school, so I wouldn't hit them too hard with a lot of work. So yeah, I would start with year 3 as my base, and then I would move and see if it improves in year 5. If year 5 there's no improvement, then I could start to think about getting some support. In year 7, then in year 9. When it comes to high school, however, if they're in year 9 and we still don't see good results in some of the strands, I will definitely get support in year 9. Because from there, you get into year 10 and then stage 6 happens and you want them to be set up well for the HSC. What do schools do with it? They use it to measure growth, as I mentioned. Some schools, to them, it's not enough. They sometimes get other third-party data collection sort of agencies to help them out with collecting data to measure growth because they find that NAPLAN is not enough. However, some schools don't have a choice because of the amount of funding they have. They resort to NAPLAN and they use NAPLAN as their measure of growth and collection of statistics. So just remember, NAPLAN is mainly just used to collect data. The Australian government just wants to see how the Australian students are going. From a parent's point of view, you're just looking out for growth. If there's a serious concern in a particular strand, you can get support for it, but I wouldn't be too hung up on it. I would be more interested in their assessments in high school. The reason why the assessments are more important is because when teachers set assessments, they have the HSC in mind. They sort of set assessments thinking about the HSC and how the HSC assesses the students. NAPLAN is very different to that. So if a student is doing quite well with their high school assessments and not so well with their NAPLAN, that could just mean they had a bad day with NAPLAN, whereas assessments are more of an ongoing thing and should be treated a little bit more seriously than NAPLAN. So yeah, don't be too worried about NAPLAN. If you like my videos, there are more of them at learningspace.net.au/driving to school, and have a good day.